What's up, guys, and welcome back to Let's Play EarthBound. Taking off pretty much where we left off. I went back to 1net and healed for free because I was a little scared of this dungeon. This dungeon actually is pretty tricky, and I'll get more into that once we actually get inside it because I don't want to run the risk of getting sunstroke out here. So I'm just going to head on in and see how lucky we are at the beginning. Alright, we're very lucky. Sometimes there will be an enemy, and there can be enemies in here. And there's quite a few new enemies. I believe there's 5 enemies running around here, at least. I want to see if I can actually get an enemy to spawn in here. Okay, so I'm going to reload and see if I can get just one of those. Alright, so I guess not. One more try. Nope. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just go for 2. So you might think we've seen this guy before, because it's the Arachnid! Except for this one's got 3 exclamation points, and it is definitely worthy of those exclamation points, because it's more dangerous than its counterpart. It can poison, and it definitely hurts a lot. If you've got enough PP to spare, which we do since it's the very beginning, but I wouldn't do this throughout the whole thing. I'm just gonna do a small fire attack on it. It might be wise to use fire and freeze on these guys. You know what? I'm actually going to freeze, because I think, yeah, freeze does less and it's going to do more damage, I believe. Probably try to take one down at a time. That way you don't get poisoned twice in one turn. Oh, wow, okay. So I guess it's not going to try to poison us. But yeah, these guys aren't too bad, except for the fact that they can poison you. But PSI does work. Freeze is the way to go on these guys. Alright, so who got hurt there? Someone actually did take a decent amount of damage. And it was Jeff, I believe. Damn it, Jeff. 5 for him to use it, and 5, yeah. I'm pretty much going to be using Pooh as my healer here, just because Ness is going to need some of his attacks for the rest of this dungeon. So that's really unloading that, because there's another enemy I want to go over. I'm going to be unloading a lot of enemies in here. I know it's kind of a cheap trick, but this is a difficult dungeon for the fact that, like, things can go horribly wrong. And I'll get more into that once we start this battle off. You might have seen that hieroglyph moved there for a second. And you might have also noticed that the hieroglyph disappeared when we got into a battle. That's because that's actually a sprite, because some of these guys that are in the wall are actual enemies. Here we have the Guardian Hieroglyph. Guardian Hieroglyph is a little bit dangerous in the fact that it can give you a cold, and it can also use thunder and flash. And once again, you should definitely have your Franklin badge on Paula, because she's going to be the powerhouse of this entire dungeon. You can use standard attacks. I'm going to go ahead and see. I don't think freeze does much to these guys. I guess I'll find out. But yeah, they're not too dangerous to take down. But like I was saying, this dungeon is notorious for being harder than it should be. Oh, and of course it hit Jeff. Jeff is just getting shit on throughout this dungeon. But the main reason is because it's fairly long, and by the end of it, you're so low on everything that you just kind of get screwed. So you definitely want to keep track of everyone's health and everyone's items and whatnot. And PP is huge here, because you definitely want to save up some. And if we check this casket, there's a Viper inside, the most useless item that you'll find in here. It can poison an enemy, but I don't really care to do that. And yeah, like I said, the difficulty of this game scales pretty well. I think the hardest, like, in terms of, like, most unbalanced is probably the first fight with the Frank and Frankenstein 2, because of how just early in the game it is and you don't really have a lot of things. But other than that, it scales fairly linearly. Some dungeons are a little bit harder than you would expect them to be. I'm waiting here for a second just to finish my thought. And some are a little bit easier. This is one of the ones that's just slightly harder than you would expect it to be. But other than that, yeah, everything scales pretty nicely in difficulty. As you can see, both of those things are coming at us. Only one of these guys will attack at a time, and once you defeat them, the ones on the walls won't respawn until you leave the dungeon and come back in. So, but the other enemies can. So let's go ahead and take on another new enemy. And I'm gonna, oh, I don't think I'm far enough over. I'm gonna see if I can use invincibility to get by it. Here we have the lethal asp hieroglyph. It's probably the easiest enemy in here. It can't really do that much. I mean, it can hit pretty hard. So you definitely want to take it out before it gets too many hits on one person. And it can also make some people not move, which is great. Especially if they're the powerhouse puncher that is Ness. There we go, that should take it down. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can use my invincibility frames to sneak past the Guardian Hieroglyph, because as soon as you get onto the stairs with everyone, it shouldn't come at you, and I waited too long, I hesitated. But we got it! Very nice. And here we have another lethal asp that we'll have to take on. Alright, so now we should be into the main chamber here. Oh no. Alright, so this room's interesting in that there's two, or at least I think only one of those is actually an enemy. But here we have the main room, and there's an open casket down there that is an enemy, and it is the most dangerous enemy in here besides a specific enemy that I'll get into later. I'm gonna take it on, and I'm gonna get attacked by both of these guys, aren't I? No. But yeah, I'm gonna take this guy on now. I took a lot of damage in that, so I'm gonna have Ness heal himself up. That way I can despawn them in the next area that I want to go to, because there's an alternate route you can take here that's completely optional to get a completely optional item, and I'm gonna go for it, and they have a high chance of spawning up there, and I'm gonna see if I can't just despawn them, because these guys are what will ruin the difficulty of this, and the fact that, like, if you get attacked by one of these guys when you're low on PP and low on HP, you'll lose very quickly. Here we have the Petrified Royal Guardian. Like I said, this thing can hit you for 100+ damage. It is not great. It can also lower your stats. My suggestion is to use any bombs you have. Well, use one bomb on it and use some strong PSI. I actually don't know how much freeze is gonna do, but I guess I'll find out here. I'm not gonna use the strongest one, because I have a feeling, I think Jeff's faster than Paula, so I think he's gonna go first, and I think one big bottle rocket's gonna be enough to take this Petrified Royal Guardian out. Oh, maybe not. Paula seems to be faster. That does a decent amount, but the big bottle rocket's what's gonna take it off. Yeah, so those things will hit really, really hard. Avoid those at all costs throughout here. And you also might have noticed when we went into the battle that there might be something hidden under that, hidden under this thing. So if we check it, it says this casket seems a little suspicious. Oh well, okay, yeah, so that other guy is one too. And I'm actually gonna go in here to get the item, because I want to use this item in here. And you can also use the invisibility trick to sneak past that second guy, but you'll probably have to fight him on the way out. Yeah, but usually I get here to the top of the stairs and in this room or something, I run into a Petrified Royal Guardian here, and then I step into the room and there's another one. They can ruin this dungeon for everyone. Nope, I'm gonna unload. See, it's dangerous to unload things here because they can spawn on both these platforms. So you can come out. Wow, I'm getting really lucky on that back platform. That was the luckiest I've ever gotten. But here's the item that I came to get. Bag of Dragonite, which I'm actually going to be using in this dungeon, but I'm going to be giving it to someone who can use it more appropriately, which is going to be our PP-less Jeff. Alright, let's see if I can sneak out of here. Oh, of course not, but I did get a back attack on it. Oh god, I'm just going to go decently strong attacks on it. I'm gonna use the strongest freeze I have. Because I'm not going to use another bomb on it, because I think that is a waste to use another bomb on this. But like I said, these things can knock you out really quickly. That does a decent amount of damage, that freeze. Not as much as I would like it to do, but it does do a decent amount. Enough to take it out. Oh, enough to solidify it. That should take it out. Lethal Asp we can just bash to death. Oh, nice! Paula got a smash attack. Look at her. Someone's got her big girl dress on today. Alright, so now we can just go down this way and pretty much just... I'm gonna cut this guy out, of course. No joke, Paula just got another smash attack. She doesn't have her big girl dress on, she has her ass-kicking dress on. I'm just taking a look at everyone's stats here. Everyone seems to be doing decently. Yeah, the only one who's any hurt is Ness, and he's perfectly fine. As you can see, Jeff's up to 43 IQ. 2 more and we can fix that broken bazooka, which becomes one of the best items in the game. Hint, hint, spoilers. Oh no, why did I do that? I didn't want to do that. That was actually a good lineup there. Oh, that's an even better one though, because all we have to do is battle this guy. Pooh is the guy that smash attacked that time, so I guess that... Oh man, it's gonna be a lot of cutting battles out now. Luckily, we can use our invincibility frames here to get past that asp. And... Oh, okay, so it's the next room then. Alright, so here we have... There's a royal guardian behind that. The sprites are stuck together, so you can barely tell, but there's definitely badness right there. I'm gonna reload this room. Nope, there's another one. I know this seems cheap, but I hate fighting the royal guardians. And I can't get anything but those right now. Arrgh! Come on. There we go. I'm fine taking out everything else. In fact, I'll leave this in. Have we talked about the Shattered Man? Have we talked about the Shattered Man? If we haven't talked about the Shattered Man, I'll have that up now. It's actually been a long night, so I don't know if I've talked about the Fierce Shattered Man. Here's the Fierce Shattered Man. He can solidify you. Can't do much else. I mean, he's fairly dangerous in the fact that he's strong, but you can pretty much just take him out with normal attacks. I'm gonna go ahead and we've got enough PP to where I can use a little bit of it to make fights easier, but not enough to where I'm comfortable using all of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on one, take the other one out. But yeah, so I can't remember if we've got this guy. I don't think we have, because I don't remember talking about it. Yeah, they're not too dangerous. Why does everyone not hit Paula now? I'm just gonna bash the rest of them. They should be at low enough health to where bashing will finish the job, or not. And now Jeff's completely worthless. Use a small freeze on that. Might as well defend, and you too, Pooh. Alright, so there's that. Fantastic. We are almost to where it's gonna get a little bit more dangerous. I know, even more dangerous. I'm gonna open these guys up and get 2 fantastic items. We have a speed capsule, very nice. And we also have a cup of life noodles. That's gonna be even more helpful. I'm not gonna heal up just yet, because you can actually sneak past that guy. You do have to take on this asp though. We're almost strong enough to one-cycle asps, which is awesome. And are we at the landing yet? Nope. Right down here, whatever you do. Sorry about that little cut there. My computer decided to be a dick and overheat on me again, which is the other 50% why I don't put out as many videos as I want to. The first 50% is that I work and go to class, and that's where most of my time goes. The other 50% is that when I do this, it overheats. But what I was saying is, once you get to this landing, do not investigate this. Do not even touch it. What you want to do is heal everyone up completely. Even though I'm going to cheap this out, I'm not going to need to heal up at all. But I'm going to anyway, so I'm going to have Pooh heal up on everyone. I'm only going to heal up Alpha on Ness. Wow. Man, Pooh, you suck at having good PSI life up. That was terrible. And I believe Paula's fine, right? Yeah, Paula's fine. Yeah, everyone else is about healed up as well as they can be. Because here we have a boss battle. Oh, okay, I guess you can touch it. But once you check it, as you can tell, a little boss swirl shows up there. We have the Guardian General. Guardian General is the sort of boss for this area. No, it's definitely the boss for this area. For this dungeon, at least. Definitely don't want to mess with this guy. He can hit real hard. He can also spin something around and drain your HP. You can do a handful of other things. Weak to fire. I don't think ice is going to do too much to him. Like I said, I'm going to be kind of cheap on this. I'm going to see how much ice does, like a full thing of ice. And here's how I'm going to be cheap. Since I'm probably not going to use Bag of Dragonite in many other places, I'm going to use it right here, and I'll show you exactly what it does. And I'm going to have you PSI freeze. No, I'm just going to have you bash because I'm going to need your healing still. All right, so I doubt freeze is going to do much. 181, that's not bad, and it solidified him, but we've just won. Yoinks! Jeff turned into a giant fire-breathing dragon, and it was able to move. So it definitely didn't take it out, so it's not too cheap, but it definitely did do enough to where we could one-cycle it. Well, technically that was a 2-cycle since... No, wait, was it? I don't even know. No, that was 1 cycle because... Ness finished at the end. Yeah, Ness finished him. Ooh! That is Paula's strongest attack right there. Freeze Omega. Oh, nice. Thunder Delta for Pooh as well. Alright, so we're pretty much OP now. This, nope. This dungeon has gotten a lot easier. And I'm gonna cheap this room out. Or not. And this is why I hate this dungeon. That petrified rural guardian destroyed Paula with a smash attack and took Jeff down too, but I used defend to stop his, or to slow the scrolling of his HP and finish the battle as quickly as I could. So unfortunately I'm gonna have to use a couple life noodles here. I was hoping to get through here without anyone dying, but no. And I'm gonna have to have Pooh life up on Jeff. Yeah, that's like I said, things can just go wrong here. Whoops. Even the game knows that was a bullshit move because it gave Ness a smash attack first try there. Love it. Alright, and here we have the best item in here. We have the rain pendant. Well, could be the best item in here. Wait, what all have we gotten? Rain pendant, that. Okay, definitely give the rain pendant to Paula. Once again, Paula is the one that you're going to want to give the best equips to. Rain Pendant will boost her defenses up to 100, and it will also protect her against freeze attacks, which is excellent. And now if you step on this right here, sounds like something moved up above. So let's head on back up into that main room and see if there's anything different there. This might be a little bit longer of an episode. I can't really tell with the overheating and the cutting out of battles. But I'm gonna get through this dungeon in this episode, whole episode. I am gonna reload this room if there's any petrified royal guardians in here. Oh my god! That was every enemy. Oh wow. Oh, okay, I forgot about that guy. And you might be, why are you making this so easy on yourself? This should be a hard dungeon. It is a hard dungeon, and believe me, the most luck portion of this dungeon has yet to be seen. Alright, back. Really? Alright, back here in the main room we have an Arachnid. That's not too bad. We'll just take these guys out real quick. Alright, now this is where a very random element comes in. You definitely want to be healed up as much as you can be for this next area. I'm gonna have Ness heal himself up. Because once you jump down this hole, there's a very high chance that you can get bum rushed by petrified rural guardians. Okay, so we're good. Let's go ahead and check this out. Something on the platform. Do you want to get it? Yes, we do. And we got the Hawkeye. Not Hawkeye's Mihawk, but Hawkeye. So I'm going to go ahead and give this to Pooh, and you'll see why at the end of this episode. But that's who you probably want to give it to. You also probably want to keep that brain stone for Paula, but I'm going to go without it and see if I can sneak past this guy. Yep, love hitboxes. And now we have the worst part, is escaping this place. There's a lot of easy fights like these guys. But then there's a lot of hard fights that can happen. Wow, look at this luck. Never mind. That's not the hole that you should heal up for. It's the next hole. It's this hole. Because I believe the hole that we dropped down to, there can't be any enemies, but there can be in this next one. And luckily we have the second best item in here, the diamond band, which once again, Paula's already got it, so let's go ahead and equip that on her. Look at that, 110. Yeah, so definitely be healed up before jumping into this hole, because this is where you can get bum rushed, and this is why I still have big rockets and as much PP as I do. Alright, that's not bad. I've been bum rushed in there before by petrified royal guardians, and it is not fun. This is the hallway that's a dick. Use as much PP and items as you want here to get through here, because there's too many enemies. There's just too many enemies and too many random elements that could screw you over in the last part of this dungeon. Which, I mean, once we get out, I'm going to show you my stats. Look at that. We came out with very little PP. I didn't have to use the second bottle rocket, but now we're actually going to have a very nice person come along. And this is almost the end of the episode. A long episode. Hey, it's Star Master. Well done. You have made it. I don't remember what his voice was, but he just healed us up, which is awesome. We finally meet, Prince Pooh. The stars foretold that I would meet you here, so now it's time to show you the way of the Starstorm. For a while, you must live far away from your friends and live with me. Do you understand? There's only one answer. I must stop you here even if you don't want to. Stay with me for a while. Do you understand? It's important that I study and learn the Starstorm. It will be most helpful to us. Once I learn it, I'll meet up with you, Ness. Trust me, I will see you again. It depends on Pooh's efforts that will determine the reuniting of the group. Be faithful and wait until the time comes. Alright, so he's going to be gone for a little while. We're all healed up. I'm going to call the episode here. Thanks for watching, guys. That was definitely the most difficult dungeon we've seen in a while. Surprised I made it through with only one death and one almost death. Yeah, don't like that dungeon. Great place to level up. There were so many levels. We'll go over that in the next episode because this is a long episode already, and I'm going to start rambling here. I've already rambled enough. So in the next episode, we'll figure out what's going on in this part of the desert, and see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.